Hello everybody and welcome to my Taliese Fuaga prospect breakdown. And yes, that's how you pronounce his name. Taliese Fuaga, the 6'6", 334 right tackle from Oregon State, is my number 2 offensive tackle in the 2024 NFL Draft. Fuaga, the 3-star recruit from 2020, saw his first action at Oregon State in 2022. And in 2022, Fuaga started in 13 of Oregon State's games, allowed 0 sacks and only 11 pressures, and was named to the second team All-Pac-12 team. In 2023, Fuaga improved once again, being the second highest graded offensive tackle and highest graded right tackle per PFF. In 2023, he allowed 0 sacks, only 12 pressures, and was PFF's highest graded run blocking offensive tackle in the FBS. In his career at Oregon State, he has never allowed a sack at the FBS level, according to PFF as well. And again in 2023, Fuaga was also named a first-team All-American and a first-team All-Pac-12. My strength for Fuaga is that he's truly a dominant run blocker. He is a MAULER style of run blocker, that aggressive blocker that's going to finish through the play or push back a defender 15 yards every block. He's also a very powerful player, whether that's through his blocks or through his hands. His hands are like brick walls, and he can easily pack a punch and stun defenders at the point of attack. His hands are also active, and they're always looking for the next thing to hit. He has a super strong frame at 6'6", 334 pounds, but even with such a big frame, he does have good athleticism as well. He's also got good play awareness, especially when picking up blitzes, and as a pass blocker, he's got solid technique and can easily haul defenders. If needed, he can move to the guard position, but I'd probably keep him at tackle. Though my biggest weaknesses for Fuaga is that his lack of elite quickness with his feet and his shuffle can cause him to be late on blocks. Being late can throw off his balance technique and can cause him to lose reps. I also think this can cause him to struggle with outside rushers or edges with good speed and bend. He also can sometimes be too upright or tall while pass blocking, making him vulnerable to power rushes. And lastly, penalties did take a jump in 2023 with 8 penalties, and that's something that I would love to see improved at the NFL level. I always hate unnecessary penalties. If he were to run any drills at the combine like the 40, I think it could hurt his stock, but outside of the measurements, I don't know how much I'm going to care about his combine if he performs bad. But with all that being said, let's get into the film. Alright, so the only film access that I have to in my database is going to be the Oregon State game. By the way, shout out to Caddy Cutups is where I get my film. Look at Fuaga moving as the pulling guard, getting a great lane for the running back to get a good 10-yard gain. Here's a solid rep in Pass Pro where Brandon Dorless is going to try to go in first with a dip and rip, but Fuaga is just going to try to lead him outside, even though Uyunglele gets hit on the play, but he does make the completion to the running back. Here's a little broadcast angle because I just want you to see how far Fuaga is going to move the pile here. He's right above the Pac-12 logo, and look him just push down 2 Oregon defenders. Again, here's the other angle. You can see number 75 first start off on a double team and then take his own route, pushing some guys down. The thing I want you guys to look at in this play is look at how Fuaga starts off on a double team and then immediately quickly looks for the next guy to block. Always love to see that awareness to get the next guy on tape. Here's the play where the edge rusher and number 3 Dorless are going to be running a stunt. Look at the switch and then pick up block, and then Fuaga is just going to completely neutralize him. I wish they ran this play to Fuaga's side because Fuaga gets a really nice hole opened up here, but the play only ends up with just a short gain. This is a really nice rep from Pass Pro. First, Fuaga is going to rip the hands from the edge rusher out of his frame. He's going to latch hold, make sure his wingspan is used too effectively, and then he's going to drive him out. But the centers don't do his job, and the quarterback gets hit. One critique that I have for Fuaga is sometimes he'll play too tall. On this example, one comes in with a power rush, and it's so effective because he gets into his chest early, because Fuaga is just too straight up. This is a losing rep, but I don't think Fuaga did too many things wrong here. He does hit his landmine, but the edge rusher has an effective spin move that's able to get to the inside shoulder, and Fuaga eventually loses the rep, and it ends in the quarterback getting sacked. And for my last clip of the Oregon game, just gonna show Fuaga win, pulls the arm down, ends up pulling the whole body down, but Uyunglele gets sacked anyways because he was holding the ball on for too long. But moving to other erroneous tape that I found on Twitter, first is gonna be against Penn State where Fuaga is just gonna bully, oh my god, the linebacker. For safe measure, he's just gonna fall on him. Given the RBA, huge lane. Here's a rep against Leatila 2, and halfway through this clip, Fuaga's just gonna escape the screen because he's dragging Leatila 2 all the way to the sideline. Here's another play against UCLA. On this play, He's gonna be assigned nobody, so okay, just boop the next guy. And then for the last rep, another rep against Leia 2, counters the pass rush move and just neutralize him. Here's some senior bolt tape. On this play, Leia 2 goes with an inside rush, but Fuaga is just gonna get leverage and push him down from his side. Here's a rep with just power on power. I don't know who the edge rusher is, but he gets a really quick first step and generates a ton of power, but Fuaga does good at finishing this rep. And for the last rep, this is against Penn State's Adisa Isaac. Gotta come in with a speed dip and rip, but it's not gonna work. Fuaga is just gonna fall on you. My very loose comp for Taliese Fuaga is gonna be Penei Sewell of the Lions. By the way they both play, and they're similar size, 6'5", 335 pounds to 6'6", 334 pounds, they've got similar measurements. Again, similar athleticism and similar playstyle. They're both run defending monsters. They both have elite play strength, both are strong and have great punches. Both are also similar in pass blocking ability as well, but I of course don't think that Fuaga is gonna be as good as first team all-pro Penei Sewell, but in terms of playstyle and measurements, I think that it's a similar comparison. And for my prospect grade, I'm giving Taliese Fuaga a 6.49 prospect grade, or a late first round grade. He is currently my 10th player on my 2024 NFL Big Board and is my offensive tackle too. Fuaga has the potential to not only become a top 10 right tackle in the league, but I think that he has Pro Bowl caliber tackle potential if he can really put it all together. Teams like the Jets, Saints, and Titans I think are the best fits for Fuaga in the draft. I like Fuaga a lot as a prospect, even enough to put him in my top 10, and I even have him over consensus All-American Olu Fashanu. I think I'm going to have more potential concerns for Olu at the next level rather than Fuaga, and I think Fuaga is also able to separate himself as the best right tackle. He also has the guard flexibility, and just overall, I think I do favor Fuaga a bit more than Olu. If Fuaga does move to guard at the next level, or eventually moves to guard, he can still be a mauler run blocking guard, which that flexibility is a huge positive. If your starting tackle goes down, he can go in and immediately play right tackle. Overall, I think that Fuaga can become a good tackle at the NFL level, but I still also think there's going to be a learning or skill gap curve, of course coming from Oregon State from the Pac-12 to the NFL. However, when facing top-tier college edge rushers like Leia 2 from UCLA, Brennan Dorless from Oregon, Jonah Ellis from Utah, and Braylon Trice from Washington, Fuaga was able to hold his own and even had a good Senior Bowl as well, where he was facing some other top college prospects. But that's going to do it for my prospect breakdown. This is probably going to end up being my shortest prospect breakdown, of course, because I only had one full game to break down. But as always, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow my Twitter, follow my TikTok, support my Patreon if you want access to my 2024 NFL draft board, and read my full scouting report on Taliese Fuaga on my Substack. Link is also in the description. So I'll see you guys in the next video.